This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Welcome to Animal Rights on Pet Life Radio. It's your host, Tim Link, and I'm so glad you're joining us today. We got a really fun and interesting show. I think it's the first time I've had such a unique author and writer and blog publicist, all in one. I'll give you more of a hint as we go along, but this is really kind of a unique thing, and it caught my eye for sure because there's so many different avenues. Secondly, it's really geared towards kids' entertainment. And third, and most importantly, the superstar of the show is a Schnauzer. And everybody knows I love my Schnauzers, love all my animals, but Schnauzers, they are definitely at my heartstrings. So I'll be interested to learn more about that. So we have Sara Mastriforte coming on here in just a minute, and her wonderful King Prince of a Schnauzer, Boken. And we'll talk to both of them and see what they have to say for themselves, tell them a little bit about the website and everything that's going on. So it's a fun and interesting show. It'll be great for everyone listening and great for the kids as well. So everybody hang tight. We're coming back right after this commercial break. You're listening to Animal Rights on Pet Life Radio.
DINOVITE.com.
When we put him on the Dinovite, he took right to it. All of these symptoms disappeared.
Dinovite is nutrition.
If you want the dog to be healthy, you got to feed it something healthy.
Something that he actually likes to eat. You need to put him on Dinovite.
Dinovite for life.
If you love your dog, you don't just want him healthy, you want him to be happy.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
DINOVITE.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back to Animal Rights on Pet Life Radio. And joining me now is Sara Mastriforte. Sara, welcome to the show.
Well, hi, Tim, and thank you for having me on the show.
Oh, it's great to have you on. Of course, the English accent, everybody here in the States is going to love that. Of course, everybody that has listened to the show over the years know that I'm very familiar with that. I used to spend quite a bit of time in a past life with my wonderful colleagues in Cambridge. So I'm very familiar with the London and Cambridge area. But you're in Spain right now.
Yes, in lockdown in Spain. My husband is primarily a sports photographer, and the light here is very good for him. But clearly he's not getting to do any of that at the moment.
No, it's a brand new world, but it's a great time to spend time with our pets. And I hear you have a wonderful prince of a Schnauzer named Boken. So tell me a little bit about Boken. Tell me about the website and the wonderful entertainment, I'll call it an entertainment program package that you have going on the website. It's really a fascinating thing. So give us the highlights of the Super Pup, what he has to say for himself, and why this your enterprise here is so fascinating and exciting.
Okay, well, Boken is adorable. He's 8 years old now, and we got him when he was about 3.5. He's very cheeky. He's extremely intelligent, very fun-loving, loving, and exceptionally greedy. I think that's a trait of most miniature Schnauzers. If I'm in the kitchen, if my husband's in the kitchen, Boken always thinks it's feeding time, even if we're just there to put towels away or something. Anyway, when he came into our lives at a very opportune time for me. I was a bit of a mess because I'd lost my mom, and he helped put a smile back on my face. And I got to writing, and I decided I'd just write a little book. It would probably just be for me to read. And it was quite easy because Boken has so many adventures, whether it's to do with food or with other dogs. And so I just wrote about him. And from that, more books were written, and we decided to set up a website, which was primarily for the books, which are ebooks and audiobooks. But it grew. And now we have his blogs, we have merchandise, we have a membership club for kids, we have a blog page from our vet, and we have a whole load of free downloads for kids. So every day at the moment, we are uploading tasks or things that will challenge them from testing their brain or creatively or from a craft perspective. And everything that we do is to combine fun, entertainment, adventure, and education, but with different levels. So it might be more heavily educative on one side and much more fun and adventure orientated with something else. So that's kind of it.
Yeah, and when I saw it, I thought it was really quite fascinating, and I love the story about how it built up. It was basically, I've said it time and time again on this show as well as in my writings that animals always find us. They find us at the right and perfect time. They're brought to us for a purpose. We don't really know what that purpose is at the time, but hopefully we're able to identify it as we move forward. And this is definitely something that Boken's done. And you've developed this into just a great, loving relationship, family member, bringing him into the family, him taking control as schnauzers do, to now I call it this little enterprise of all the stuff that you and him have started this journey on, whether it's the ebooks, the blogs, the videos, the games, and it can all be found on BokenTheDog.com. It's BokenTheDog.com. So there's something entertaining and fun and fascinating for everybody.
Well, we hope so. And he's brought out a song as well, and it's a video. It's a animated video. And whilst it's fun on the one hand, it has an underlying message. It's got an anti-bullying message in it. So it sticks with our whole ethos of having fun and education and adventure all wrapped up into one.
That's so fascinating. And so now the latest part of this, I want to make sure I get this in the right order, is Boken, the little dog with the big heart. Now, is that the first in the series or the overview of the whole project, or is this the latest ebook that's come out?
No, the little dog with the big heart is fundamentally his strapline, is who he is. He's a little boy, but he's very loving, and it's what his nature is all about. There are currently 3 books that are available. First one is Boken, It's All About Me. Then it's Boken's Fantastic Feast of Food, and then Boken's Big Trip to England. And what makes the books different is, the illustration is fantastic. I have an amazing illustrator, but we also incorporate videos within the books as well. And we do have about 10 written so far, but they do take time to illustrate.
Absolutely. And when you're talking about, let's focus on the ebooks first. How do you, I'm sure he writes his own stories. I'm sure he brings the attention to you about what he's doing, but how do you put them together and how do you decide what's next in line and how's that follow along in all of his great adventures?
He's become really proficient on the computer. Get him off. He's not too good on Skype, so that's why he's probably not so good on this interview. But well, to be honest, the first book that I wrote ended up being the second one in the series because it was all about his adventures with food or his fascination with food. And then writing the first book, which was to introduce him, had to come after that, which in a way was harder. And now they're written according to what adventure we go on. So, for example, we took him to the UK, hence book 3. Book 4 and 5, which run actually together, we went to Ireland for a trip, and then we drove around Spain. So it's where we went on the trip, what he experienced, what we saw. So it allows itself for a huge amount of education in that. But clearly he has quite a lot of adventures wherever he goes, some slightly stretching the imagination a little bit. So basically I write, then the books I have an amazing editor, and he helps me with making it more into children's language, at which point the books go to my illustrator, who sits and says, "No, Sarah, how many words have you added this time?" But she is incredible. And she now has another illustrator who she works with, and they pull the books together. And then I do the formatting for some of the books, and then I have another woman. It seems like it's a team of women. It's a team of men and women. So I have one woman who puts them together as EPUBs, and then I put together the books which go onto different platforms because I'm not an EPUB specialist. And then we get onto the audiobooks, and my husband become the voice of Boken for the audiobooks. And that was really important to me to have audiobooks as well as ebooks.
And why is that important to have the audiobooks, do you think, is in addition to the ebooks?
You limit your market, not so much your market, but you're taking books away from certain people who can't read or who have less ability to read if you don't offer the audiobooks as well. And you also find a lot of kids who prefer to listen to books rather than read them themselves. So they've got both options there.
Right. And what about hard copy books? Have you ventured down that avenue as well?
Haven't gone that far yet. Kept it all for the moment, but no, I haven't gone down that route yet. I think I had so much to think about and putting everything together that, yes, hopefully we will get to that, but not quite yet.
Yeah, absolutely. So the books themselves, I want to talk about the whole thing because we're talking books, we're talking videos, we're talking audiobooks, and we're also talking about on the website, bokenthedog.com, that there's games and entertaining things there as well.
Yeah. Well, we have all sorts of free downloads for kids, and that goes into games, especially at the moment, indoor activities. So we have Boken's in super cool indoor obstacle course, and you have those sorts of games. Then we have mind games, and we have crafts that kids can do. So yes, on the game side, there is a lot. You've also got a lot of blogs as well. So Boken looks at his blogs from two perspectives. One, how he can teach kids things. So there's stuff on there about giving a dog a new home, so rehoming dogs. Mm-hmm. And then it also talks about food that he should and shouldn't eat, or can and cannot eat. And then you've got a lot of fun side. So he talks about how embarrassing his parents are.
As always, I understand that. As you may know, people, obviously I've talked about my dogs 1,000 times, but I've got a little white toy schnauzer. She rules the roost and definitely lets everybody know what the rules are. And then I've got a chocolate mini, and he super guy because he puts up with all of her nonsense and keeps me straight. So I think that's the way it works. She rules the roost, he keeps me straight, and then we have a happy family. So it works out well.
Well, you should send Boken photographs of the dogs, because then he'll put them up on his gallery. Because we also have a gallery section on the website for kids, and it's not just dogs. They can send us pictures of cats, of gerbils, whatever they have. But they cannot be in the picture themselves. It's just of their pets.
I gotcha. Well, pets rule, so why not? That works out well for everybody. All right, well, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll come back, talk a little bit more with Sara Mastriforte and Boken, and talk a little bit more about the development of the whole site and the whole entertainment package, because it's very fascinating to me. So it's going to be fun stuff. Everybody hang tight. We'll come back right after this commercial break. You're listening to Animal Rights on Pet Life Radio.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
Hey everyone, Michelle Fern here. I have the perfect gift for Mother's Day. I can't visit my mother-in-law as much as I'd like to, and that's why I love the Skylight Frame. It's a touchscreen photo frame that you can email photos to, and they appear in seconds, so my mother-in-law can see the pictures right away. And I have a great savings for you. Just go to skylightframe.com/pet and you'll save $10. That's right, skylightframe.com/pet, P-E-T, and you'll save $10. And get ready to receive sheer happiness thank yous from your recipient, because they will love this.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back to Animal Rights on Pet Life Radio. Continue our conversation with Sara Mastriforte and Boken, the little dog with the big heart, a super schnauzer boy. So I know you highlighted a little bit earlier about how this sort of came about, but tell the audience a little bit more about the mastermind behind it, how you decided to go into so many wonderful avenues and pull it all into one sort of website, one sort of package, but also what's the time commitment behind all of that? Because there's a lot of stuff going on here.
The time commitment is probably the easier part of that. I mean, I started writing about 3.5 years ago and thought that I could be a jack of all trades. So I put together a website. I thought I'll learn how to distribute ebooks myself. And then I realized that actually the website I designed was rather beige. it was very clean, but it wasn't very child friendly. So I got a new person on board to help with the design of the website. And when we started talking about whether there should be photography on the site or whether it should be illustrations or cartoons, how we should do it, and it all came up that we should probably go down an illustration route. So then the illustrator came on board and the editor came on board. And as each person became part of the team, actually the website grew because I realized what their capabilities were, and then just kept throwing ideas out and said, oh, well, I think maybe we should have a membership pack or a membership club and then a membership pack. And because Jamie could help me with the editing, we started talking about blogs, and it sort of grew in a natural fashion. But I always wanted to have a website that offered kids an awful lot so that there was something that would appeal to whatever part of their nature. So some kids like games, some kids like looking at blogs or reading blogs, some kids like looking at shop items. And this way, it just became a sort of natural evolution of the website. And a lot of people did say to me, you should start small, maybe just with the books. Kind of not what my nature is. And I think I sort of gave my husband a few sleepless nights as he was going, no, what else are you putting on this website? Maybe you should just launch it and see what kids actually want. I said, well, we can discover whether we've done anything wrong once we're up and running, and we can adapt and change. But I want to be able to offer a full package. That's how it all came about.
Wow. Now, explain a little bit about what, if they go to the website, bokenthedog.com, BOKENTHEDOG.com. And there are some things they can get involved in now, but there's then, you mentioned this membership package. What it comes along additional when they become a member?
Well, they get a goodie bag. I think it's about 10 or 11 items we've got in there. But in there, there's included a letter for parents. So just explain that we are responsible. We are very compliant legally, both with KDPRK and COPPA. And I think it's 2 or 3 months. Yes, every 3 months, we're going to put a newsletter in. And in the newsletter, you get all sorts of opportunities to get discounts. You have competitions. It's just a whole big bundle of fun, really.
So they can go to the website, check it out now, go ahead and see the videos, download 2 free ebooks, correct?
There's 2 free. And the reason why the third one isn't free is it's significantly bigger. It is the first big adventure book. So the first 2 books kind of introduce you to who Boken is, his friends, what he likes to do, where he lives, and his obsession with food. Book 3 is a much bigger book, and it is his first big adventure. And where you've got 2 videos incorporated into book 2, you've got 4 in book 3. So that's why we started to have to put a price on it.
Yeah, that's understandable. But everybody can go there to bokenthedog.com, watch the videos, read the blogs, download the couple of free ebooks, get to know Boken, get to know all of his wonderful friends, as you mentioned, and then become part of the team, become part of a member of it if they choose to, where they can get more great, exciting things and discounts and games and future ebooks, all these wonderful things as part of it, being a member of the club.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, I don't recall, maybe I missed this, how many hours of the day or how many days in the day, you might as well say, does it take to put all this together? Because like you said, you're pulling at my heartstrings because I'm sort of an all or nothing type guy. If I get this idea, then I want to do it all. I want to make it as grandiose as I possibly can and then make adjustments from here or there. We're not going to put our toe in the water. We're going to do it full out. But this has got to be a huge, huge time commitment. And as it continues to grow and as your mind and thoughts and team starts to develop all these wonderful new projects and ideas.
Well, let's just say I don't sleep very much. But that's been my nature all my life. And I'm one of these people that if I wake up with an idea in the middle of the night, it's straight to the computer and start working on it. So in terms of hours of the day, a lot. And weekends don't really mean weekends anymore. My husband's actually said to me, right, you are taking a day off, or at least half a day off, so that you can come back at things fresh. But this is another reason why we had to get the team together, because you can't do it all yourself. Firstly, there aren't enough hours in the day, and you're not an expert at everything. I couldn't do what my social media guy does. Frankly, he's happy spending all day on social media. If I did that, I would never write another book again. I would never, if I spent all of my time doing the PR, again, I would never write another book. So it was necessary to bring a team together that had the right qualifications and expertise so that I could be free to do, I guess, what I do better.
Walk Boken. That's the key. And make sure he has plenty of food and treats. There you go.
Yeah, that's what's made me very popular with him. I think I'm considered the food woman in this house.
That's right. That's right. Well, when superstars have certain riders and conditions, so I'm sure all of his favorites and how to get him to comply with all of your wonderful ideas.
Well, I think that Boken, there's only one thing he won't eat. I mean, he's quite happy to try everything, and no, he's not fond of celery, but anything else, he will have his nose in it.
Well, it's a good thing because my little princess, she is very persnickety. It takes just the right items in the right way in the right parts of the plate. It has to be just perfect. And of course, my chocolate schnauzer, he's just the opposite. His favorite food is food, so that works out well for him. So I think him and Boken would get along quite lovely.
Well, yes, and actually, Boken would get along really well with your little princess as well because she wouldn't be taking his food.
Oh, there you go. There you go. That sounds great to me.
His name is either treats or breakfast.
You got it. Well, Sara, I'm really fascinated by everything you're doing. It's fun. I mean, granted, as I admitted from the beginning, everybody knows I've got a big heart for schnauzers since they rule my roost. But the whole entertainment package, as I call it, all the wonderful things you bring to play here, perfect entertainment website for the kids. Got a little bit of everything. It's great for the parents as well because not only does it keep the kids entertained, but it gets them involved. It gets them involved in the games and the projects. There's a lot of learning activities. So, it's big kudos to everything you put together here.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Thank you indeed.
Well, everybody go take a look at it. It's author Sara Mastriforte and her brilliant dog, Boken. And the website, once again, is bokenthedog.com. It's BOKENTHEDOG.com. Get involved, have fun, read the ebooks, watch the videos, play the games. There's so much to do. I can't even mention all of it, but it's great fun, great website, great entertainment. So everybody go to bokenthedog.com. Sara, thanks for coming on the show today. Best of luck. Give Boken a big hug from me, and we'll keep track of everything that you're doing and hopefully chat with you somewhere down the road.
Tim, thank you so much indeed. And Boken sends you a very big aroo.
Ooh, powers up. All right, wonderful. Well, hey, we're coming to the end of the show today. I want to thank everyone for listening to Animal Rights on Pet Life Radio. I want you to check out the website. It's petliferadio.com. While you're there, you can download this episode, download previous episodes, and check out all the plethora of entertainment. We get great hosts, great shows, and it can be found on petliferadio.com. If you have any questions, comments, or ideas for the show, you can leave us an email at petliferadio.com, and we'll be glad to answer your questions, entertain your comments, and bring on the people you want to hear from most. So until next time, write a great story about the animals in your life. Put it in a blog, an article, a book, or a website, and who knows, you may be the next guest on Animal Rights on Pet Life Radio. Have a great day.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.